I'm at the Premier Inn in London Hayes near Heathrow Airport, and I'll be staying a night here before my early morning flight tomorrow. You can join me on the tour of the hotel and my room. Welcome to Maximum Travels. My name is James. If you love travel guides and travel vlogs, then why not consider subscribing? Let's go and check in. So we are in room 204. Elevators, I assume scan card, press the button, and let's see which one it is. So 204 to the left. And I think it's just down this corridor. Oh gosh, so as I come in, I can feel the aircon. It's quite a nice reference. It's August in the UK right now, and it's blistering hot outside. Room doesn't smell too bad. It smells quite fresh actually, and it looks fairly clean stood here. But let's start by taking a look in the bathroom. Bathroom on first glance doesn't look too bad. Looks clean enough. A couple of scuff marks here and there. If you look on the bath there as well. It does look shiny enough. Ceiling, it could look better. Shower head, how's that look? Fairly clean actually. Although the pipe here definitely has seen better days. Doesn't look so good. Taps there, yeah, they could do it a little bit better. Sink and vanity area. Big mirror as you always get with these Premier Inns. Toilet, does it flush? Yes it does. Well, that's a turn up for the books. Should we try that again? Watch the water. Mental note. Do not turn the tap on full blast, because this happens. Coming back out to the main room, you've got a little mirror here. And a big mirror here so you can check yourself out, I guess. Desk area right here, and it does look quite clean. Very tidy, it doesn't look too scuffed either. That's okay, that's good. A little something there. Not sure what that is. Seems like dried glue or something. Television, standard size I think. So this is one of the family rooms where you can sleep 2 adults and 2 children. So you've got the small little bed here, which usually they're not too comfortable. Let's see how that is now. Yeah, standard, it's not overly comfortable. You've got the double bed, which I think maybe is a queen size. How comfortable is that? That's better. And then you've got the other bed here, which is actually quite comfortable. That's quite comfortable. Looking at the floor, yeah, it's clean enough. Not too bad. But over here, you can see quite a few scuff marks, like on the skirting board, on the wall, here as well. I think it's where they've probably been moving furniture around. Let's have a look out the window. View is, well, I'm not sure what you really expect when you stay in these sort of airport hotels, but there's your view from the 2nd floor. Net curtains, yeah, they're okay. Is that no, I think that's from the reflection from the window. So yeah, net curtains fairly clean. Main curtains, yeah, they're not too bad. The nice spotlights as well on the ceiling. I do like these. And I kind of like the glow along the bed there. As always with these sort of rooms, they are fairly basic in terms of what you get. And if I just kind of back into the corner and pan around, that's pretty much all there is. Since coming in though, I've noticed that the aircon hasn't gone off once. So, because it is quite chilly in here now. Let's see if we can figure this out. Okay. So can we reduce the temperature a little bit more or turn it up? It's one of these touch panel ones. Off. Okay, it's set off. Okay, we'll see what happens. But yeah, overall, so far, it's probably one of the better Premier Inns I've actually stayed in. So far, I've been in the room probably about 10-15 minutes, and that aircon is yet to go off. So I'm not sure whether it's broken or what, but we definitely set it to off. I've left it and it's still not gone off, but it is what it is. I guess aircon is probably much appreciated when it's quite hot here in the UK. Like I said, the room overall is quite nice. I have stayed at this hotel, but it was around about 10 or 11 years ago. So I don't really have any memories of what it was like back then. So to me, all this is new. It does seem bigger than other Premier Inn rooms I've stayed in, even the family rooms that I've stayed in somewhere like Swansea. But yeah, overall, it's clean enough. It's tidy enough. It doesn't have that weird musky odor to it like some hotel rooms do. So yeah, so far I am quite impressed with it. Let's now go and take a look around the rest of the hotel. So as I'm walking back down the corridor, I have noticed that this light above room 203 is flickering. I know you sometimes do get the flicker on videos, you know, that you see, like, although it doesn't look like it to me, you might be able to see that sign there flickering on this video. I think it's due to the frame rate, but it's not actually flickering. But that light above 203 was. Carpet's a little bit dirty, could do with a bit of a clean. And there is a strange odour down here, which is, again, strange because the room doesn't smell that bad at all. Not sure what's going on with these walls, but look. It's a little bit tatty. The hotel certainly looks like it could do with a little bit of renovation at least. Let's have a look down here. I suspect all we're going to find further down here is just more of the same, so I'm probably not going to go all the way to the end. But let's just have a quick peek and see if anything looks any different. To be honest, it could do with being a little bit brighter down this corridor. But yeah, look at the wall here. Again, a little bit tatty. The carpet, I can't make out whether it's stained or not. Does it look like it's stained that way? No, it doesn't. So I think there might be some pretty severe stains. Yeah, I think it's just more rooms that way, so I'm guessing you're just going to expect more of the same down there. Let's head to the lobby and have a look around there. Yes, it's generally quite nice, this lobby here. As you can see, you got some of these self check-ins here. And there was the check-in desk from before. And you got one of these touchscreen vendors as well. I always like to see how much they are. Let's have a look. That seems quite expensive, doesn't it? And then you've got some here, which I assume will be connected to this one. So here is where we're going to have the restaurant, the social. And as you can see, it does look quite empty in there at the moment. I assume if you're getting food and everything, that'll be where you go in the mornings. But here we are. Find your new favourite. Let's take a look inside. So generally looking at it, it's very clean. I love this here. I mean, usually when you see these sort of hotels, they can be quite, you know, quite dirty, but this is very well kept. I mean, just like how clean it is. So you can generally sit here, have a drink, and there you go. Television right there. It's not too big in here, as you can see if you pan around. Got your bar just here as well. But yeah, this is actually very, very nice in here. Now, let me show you the car park. So just here was where I started this little video from, but I did notice that the parking machine thing is out of service. Now, it is £8.90 to stay. And I have been told by the receptionist that if I pop down in the morning on checkout, I just pay the £8.90 then. But yeah, for now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to probably get something to eat and drink, and then we'll reconvene in the morning and I'll tell you how much I paid for this hotel and my final thoughts. Good morning. So, how much did I pay for this Premier Inn room? I paid £84. And the annoying thing is, about a week after I booked it, it went down to 60 something pound, which, you know, once you book it at that rate and you can't get the cancellation one, then yeah, you've got to pay 84, even though it's cheaper. So, even though I paid 84, you can get this room cheaper. You can also get it more expensive. Is it worth £84? Well, in hindsight, the room is a little bit small for the four of us. There are little walkways between the bed and the desk, which are kind of a bit thin. So when you've got suitcases, it's a bit tricky. So just keep that in mind. It did seem big on first glance, but it's not that big. There are scuffs and marks all around the room, which kind of, when you look closer, does indicate that it's not as great as it did first seem. And the tap in the sink is just utterly ridiculous. You may as well have a shower without getting in the shower. So someone needs to try and fix that. But again, comes back to the question, is it worth £84? Probably not. You can probably get cheaper, even Premier Inn hotels, closer to Heathrow Airport. If you can get it for 60 something pounds, maybe, but I wouldn't pay £84 to stay at this hotel. Parking is £8.90, but it's, you know, not too bad. But it's more expensive at, for example, the Premier Inn on Bath Road, which is in the 20s, I think now. So parking, yeah, better here, but that hotel is much closer to Heathrow and a better hotel all around, unfortunately. Beds are comfortable enough, but I probably wouldn't stay here again, unfortunately. There'll be a couple of other videos on the screen now. If you fancy clicking any of those and seeing more content just like this, subscribe button just down below if you fancy subscribing to see more travel content. Hopefully we'll see you in one of my next videos, but until then, thank you so much for watching and take care.